Okay, now that we know how to set up our default sheets and everything, like I mentioned, we're going to go to the step counter first. So this is the first place where you're going to be entering data for your charts. Before we do anything on the first part of the day, we click the new day, because here's some numbers from the previous day. You know, the weight, the glucose. Well, the glucose isn't in there, but anyway, there's different things. When you click that new day, click here, it brings everything back to zeros where it should be. Okay, so that's the first thing you're going to do. All these are already done from your default sheet. Okay, so let's just go to the steps. So, okay, let's input about 7,500 steps. That's how many steps. You hit enter, and it puts it here, your total steps, because you can add more steps here. You take that from the counter, right? And then you can add, let's say you did some without the counter on, but you know there's about 289 steps, okay? So then you hit it, get off of there, and then it adds it to this. So it just makes it easier for you. It's a little tool. And it converts it to kilometers here. And then you hit the update. And then you'll see the enter tab here. That shows you that you've actually entered it into your table, okay? Now let's go take a look at the table where this data went, okay? So you go to this one here, it's called View Data. You just click that, and it brings you right to your data table right here. So all your previous data entries are here. You can scroll up from the beginning, right, if you want, okay? So you can scroll. So that's this sheet. So this sheet actually creates the charts. So let's go back home, and instead of looking at the data, which we just looked at, let's look at the chart. Okay, you just click on View Charts. Bingo, here they are. Okay, some people like to look at the kilometers, some people, like to look at the steps. Okay, so this is your kilometers, and this shows you, see your green line here? That's a trend line. That's a trend line showing, it's hard to tell if you're just all jagged up and down, right? If you're getting better or if you're not. Well, that trend line shows you that she's getting better, as you can see there. Same with this one here, okay? Now, when you change, you can change your values at any time. So this is where she had it set at 5,000 and then went to 5,500 at this point. So it just brings your target level up. So you can still see where you came from, right? And it keeps from your very beginning for about the first 10 to 15 entries, it keeps them there always. That way there gives you a little incentive because you can see where you actually started at, okay? So you'll see all the charts have that. Okay, so that's your steps. And go back home anytime. You can bounce back and forth, right? You go to your data, okay, go back home, and then there you go. And it shows that you're entered and everything's all set, okay? All right, and that's cool. The next thing we're going to go look at is the blood pressure. Okay, awesome.